Hello everybody. How are you doing? Today is a sad day and a good day at the same time, I would say, because I can introduce you to our new car. One of our cars that we will have in our garage for the next 2 years. To be precise, it's an RS e-tron GT. And you could argue, oh man, an electric car, this is not what it's supposed to be on Automann-TV. You would like petrol cars with lots of sounds, and this is probably something that we thought as well. But there was an amazing opportunity to swap on a leasing for such a car to a very, very attractive rate. I think it was around Eastern time in Germany that there were some cars being promoted by Audi very well. So those needed to be used cars, not older than 2 years. They needed to be part of the Audi factory car pool, whatever, in the past. I think they couldn't be more than 10,000 kilometers on it, something like that. And they were offering it for crazy leasing rates. And that's the reason why we chose this RS e-tron GT, more or less fully spec'd, carbon fiber roof that you don't really need, but it's still there. Carbon ceramic brakes, nice Daytona gray outside. I really love it. They could have had some red stitching and red contrast interior, but nevertheless the Alcantara is here, the matte carbon is here. So it's more or less fully loaded. And we got this car for a leasing rate that actually beat the total cost, the total monthly cost of our Audi RS3. And that's the reason we thought about it twice, but then we came to the decision, said, okay, let's switch for this great car, get to another league and really have some fun. There is some sound coming, American muscle car. Maybe turn down the window. I don't know if you heard it. That was a Camaro 6.2 liter. That's the reason why we switched for this car and traded in the RS3. That's of course the sad part about it. A car that we were very happy with almost 2 years. But of course you are here today to not only, let's say, hear my talking, but of course also see how fast this car is going. We have tested an RS e-tron GT before at the official press drive, I think 2 or 3 years ago. But of course we want to try out with our car how good it performs 0 to 100 on the country road and 100 to 200 on the Autobahn, because this thing is just flying with this 2 years and 646 HP. Everything we do, we put it in dynamic. We will put the traction control into the sport handling mode, but I'm not really sure if there's a change in here, but nevertheless we will get on the road and see what the numbers are. I have also put on the internal measurement system to just compare the numbers of our race box and the internal measurement system. I think the internal measurement system is counting with rollout function turned on, so more or less the drag time setting, which is not fully correct for 0 to 100, but this box will show us the correct number. We will stop at our usual spot and see how it launches. I hope this works now in dynamic. Oh my goodness, 3.0 internal measurement. My cell phone just moved backwards, and 3.3 seconds. That was a tiny bit of slope actually, but 3.3 seconds on our device, maybe 3.35 or something like that. Let's drive in the opposite direction just to double check how fast this thing is going. 3.0 again. My cell phone moved to somewhere backwards. Wow, that handling capabilities. I mean, this is a heavy car, but the center of gravity is quite low. So yeah, it's an amazing car. It is in a league of its own, I would even say. The acceleration, even comparing this to an RS7 performance, is brutal. This is on the same level, but let's say the kick that you get in the first meters is even stronger. Yeah, without further talking, let's keep it with the 3.3 here, and let's head out onto the Autobahn and see how fast it goes. 100 to 200. So let's now see how fast the RS e-tron GT goes. 100 to 200. 250 limited. So we have seen some very good times, but a difference to what we observed before. So I'm not really sure if that's, let's say, due to this car or due to different conditions, maybe because it's warmer or a different wind or something like that. We are getting repeatedly 7.9 seconds 100 to 200 once we are on the go, and we got the very good 3.3 seconds 0 to 100, which was actually the same with the test car that we had. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that we had times of around 6.9 seconds 100 to 200 when we tested the RS e-tron GT before, or was that the Taycan Turbo S? I'm not fully sure. Maybe the difference is that we did the launch from 0 to 200, and then there was a better 100 to 200 time, because then it has the full 646 horsepower, where it only has 599 or something like that once you're on the go. Maybe that makes a difference of half a second or something like that. But still, I remember that we had a bit faster time, so probably this car under different conditions is even faster. But nevertheless, if you're looking at the time, 7 point something, this is more or less an RS7 performance. I mean, it is somewhere in between an RS7 and an RS7 performance from a performance perspective. And on the other hand, of course, it has those great looks, I have to really admit, specifically once you ride it in efficiency and this really low down rear spoiler up. It's a very, very sporty car. It feels inside more like an Audi R8 than it feels like an Audi RS7, honestly. And that's probably also due to the fact that it's built on the same, let's say, production line that the Audi R8 was built. Yeah, this Porsche platform really is nice, and also the ceramic brakes. I mean, there's no fading whatsoever. I said you don't need them, as you don't need the carbon fiber roof, but honestly, it's actually really nice. And if you just do this, for example, pull over and just easily brake the car from 140 totally relaxed into the corner, that's really good.